Same kid who doesn't do anything in a group, in a large group, in the class situation, or in person, just sits in the back. You don't want them to get into small groups and still sits in the back. Welcome back to the Angry Teacher channel. I'm Richard Williams, the Angry Teacher, and today we're gonna give you 4 tips to conduct productive online discussions. Hang around, we're gonna learn today. Number 1, establish discussion and online rules of engagement. Have them, and this is typical at this point, everybody kind of knows, when you're coming in, mute your mic. Don't talk over someone else who's speaking. If you have a question, you just enter the room, the chat, the discussion, put it in the chat, and then someone will address it. I would encourage having a class manager, someone who, even though they're listening in class, they're kind of monitoring the chat as well, someone who's responsible, or if not, you do it. Make sure that there's a purpose for your discussion, the outcome. What do you want them to get out of this? If it's just for them to speak and engage with each other, that's fine. But you need to have a purpose, and you can even share this purpose with them so they know if they're going off track. Hey, he wants us to talk about this character, or we need to figure out the difference between this chemical versus this chemical. So we need to know what the purpose is of this discussion, and give rubrics, give questions, give something that kind of streamlines their discussion. So whenever they get off track, they know, wait a minute, we're going off track, let's go back. The question here asks such and such, we need to figure this out, not talk about something that happened last week or something that's not going to help us answer this question. All right? Now, you see this cool t-shirt? I love this shirt. When I saw it online, I had to get it. And then guess what happened? The creators contacted me. They wanted to work with me so that I can be one of their ambassadors. So I need you to help me out. When you can, I need you to go down to the description, click on the link, purchase a shirt, tell them the Angry Teacher sent you, and you will help me out. It'll boost my brand, it'll boost their brand as well, and you'll get a cool t-shirt. Now this is like so cool. I'm gonna say something that is a little bit political, but I won't, it's not that political. You don't have to be a black person to wear this shirt. It's just identifying powerful people that have been in American culture for how long. All right, they just happen to be black. So whoever you are, just get the shirt, man. It's a cool shirt. There's so many others, so many different styles. Hook me up. Once again, tell them the Angry Teacher sent you, and they will hook me up, and I'll hook you up, and we'll just hook each other up. All right, so check down the description down below, and it will tell you how to go ahead and get the shirt. All right, by all means, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for the next dope Angry Teacher video, because you know you're gonna learn something, man. Now everybody knows I'm a little bit impatient about stuff, but when you have online and you want productive online discussions, you probably have to slow down a little bit, and there needs to be a moments of pausing. For example, give them a little bit of time to research, whether it be before class or during that class period, maybe 10 minutes to kind of find something on this topic, and then we're going to talk about it. Or it depends on, obviously on what you're teaching, what the topic is. Have them download documents, give them time for that, because everyone's Wi-Fi is different, everyone's computer is different, so it's going to slow down. Some people might get it really quickly, some people may not, so you kind of give them some time, kind of pace yourself. Okay, you're downloading or you're uploading, whichever, about 3 documents, so it might take a little bit of time, so I'll wait. Also, give them time to find the breakout rooms. Sometimes kids, it's not as easy for them to figure out if you're not putting them in there, or even if you are, it takes a while for them to repopulate and to end up in that room. So give them time to get in there, give them time to get familiar with who's already in the room or who's coming in, so at least they know who they're talking to if they've never met them before or they've never been in a group with them before. All right, so give them time to organize, give yourself time to organize, and don't be in such a rush all the time. All right. Number 3, for a productive online discussion, you got to manage the groups that you put these kids in. Well, hopefully put them in groups, because it's easier when you have less kids to monitor than, the whole 30 something kids online that, have questions and they're talking. So when you put them in the breakout groups, you got to monitor it. Go from group to group, see who's the dominant voice, kind of tell them, okay, Susie, kind of hold off a little bit, let Martha respond. Or ask probing questions once you're in the group. Now, when you go in, you're not going in as that dominant voice. You're going in to make sure that there is not another dominant voice, but you're also listening to make sure everyone is participating. You've been there for a little bit, you're quietly listening, your mic is muted, and you see that Sammy isn't saying anything. He's just logged on. Or if he's showing his face, Sammy's just sitting there. So, unmute. Sammy, what's going on? Did you not understand the question? All right, let's work this out. Susie, make sure Sammy answers. Make sure Sammy gets a word in, okay? Because that's how you get your grade, through the discussions that we hear. Facilitate through your probing questions when you come in. When the discussion's going, everyone's participating, and it gets to a point where I like what I'm hearing, but they didn't think about this. So you kind of unmute, and then you throw your question in to kind of have them discuss some more, to have them figure out, okay, so we're on the right track, we just need to give some more clarity to whatever the topic is. Be aware or beware of how many kids are in a group. You don't want to have too many kids in a group, because then you're going to have the Sammys who just sit back and let everybody else do the work, and then they get the credit for it. You need to make sure it's like maybe between 4 or 5, or maybe 6, depending on the class sizes, so that people can get something to say and get the word in. Because the point of the discussion is that everyone speaks, everyone understands academic conversations and academic vocabulary, and they're talking to each other and they're sharing with each other. You don't want the same kid who doesn't do anything in a group, in a large group, in the class situation, or in person, just sits in the back. You don't want them to get into small groups and still sits in the back. So manage your groups. Tip number 4. Those are my 3 tips. Recap. When everyone comes back, or another day, when you have the whole class, kind of pose questions, or even make it a quick writing assignment. What did we learn from our last discussion? What was said in your group that you didn't know before that you can now use, or now you understand? So once they're held accountable for what's going on in that space, in that group. So they know that you're going to, every time there's a group discussion, you ask them a question afterwards as an assignment, or just ask them questions. They'll start paying attention more, or participating more in the group exercises. All right. So those are my 4 tips. Let me know in the comments below which works, which ones you actually use, and then we'll have a conversation. The Teacher's Lounge is up next. And there is where you'll see the kids who y'all keep letting in. My dope kids. I love them, but they're always in the Teacher's Lounge. Come on now. And thanks for coming to class today. As usual, I need you to go out there and be great. Hey, let's just go out there and teach.